Welcome to my channel, the ultimate destination for jaw-dropping content that will surprise, inspire, and entertain you every step of the way. If you love discovering the unexpected, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share with your friends to keep the excitement going. Your support helps us keep blowing minds and creating content you'll never forget. So buckle up and get ready. Global Sky Update, because this is just the beginning. What's something people don't know about international diplomacy? In this world, a gift, especially warships, is never just a gift. In 2024, Japan offered the Philippines 6 large patrol vessels, a major gesture amid rising South China Sea tensions. The Philippines, under pressure from China, seemed poised to accept all 6. Yet Manila surprised many by choosing only 3. Why would a country with a weak navy turn down free ships? The Philippine Navy is underfunded and outmatched, so this decision sparked debate. But this wasn't about ingratitude, it was about strategic realism. The military's leadership recognized that simply adding numbers wasn't enough. They prioritized building a capable, sustainable force over a short-term boost. This move highlights the challenges developing nations face in modernizing their militaries. Sometimes, the smartest move is to say no, even to a tempting offer. We'll explore why the Philippines accepted only 3 ships, looking at the vessel's condition, the Navy's limitations, and the benefits of quality over quantity. We'll also consider what this means for regional security and the Japan-Philippines partnership. This wasn't a rejection of Japan's friendship. Instead, it was a pragmatic choice, one that marks a new era in Philippine defense policy. The decision reflects a shift toward calculated, sustainable, and effective military planning. Let's dive into the real story behind this headline. The ships Japan offered weren't new. They were retired Kunigami-class patrol vessels from the Japan Coast Guard. These 96-meter ships were built for long-range patrols and law enforcement, equipped with advanced surveillance systems. The offer was part of Japan's official security assistance program, aimed at supporting allies like the Philippines. But these ships were decommissioned for a reason: age and wear. Reactivating them would require extensive inspections, repairs, and upgrades. The Philippine Navy would need to install new communications and possibly different armaments. The free ships came with a hidden price tag for refurbishment. Some vessels were in better shape than others, but all had significant wear on engines and systems. Overhauling these components is expensive. The Navy's technical teams had to assess each ship's true cost and readiness. This wasn't a simple handover. While the Kunigami-class ships are more capable than many in the Philippine fleet, integrating them would be a major challenge. Their size allows for longer patrols and helicopter operations, but also demands more resources. The benefits were clear, but so were the challenges. The defense establishment had to look past the immediate appeal. They needed to weigh the benefits against the real costs of absorbing and maintaining these complex ships. Accepting all 6 could have overwhelmed the Navy's limited capacity. The decision required a hard, honest look at what the fleet could truly handle. The Philippine Navy has long struggled with limited resources and aging ships. Many vessels are World War II-era hand-me-downs, expensive to maintain and often stuck in port. The Navy lacks both budget and technical personnel to keep its fleet operational. Adding new ships, even free ones, would strain an already overburdened system. Operating a 96-meter patrol vessel requires a large, well-trained crew, which the Navy doesn't have in abundance. Taking on 6 ships would have meant recruiting and training hundreds of new sailors, pulling experienced crew from other vessels. Shore-based support, technicians, engineers, logistics, would also be stretched thin. The Navy's shipyards are already at capacity, struggling to service existing ships. Without adequate support, new ships risk becoming pier queens, tied up at dock, unable to sail. The military has learned from past mistakes, where hardware was accepted without considering long-term sustainment. This time, leadership chose realism over wishful thinking. Accepting only 3 ships was a direct response to these hard-learned lessons. It was an honest acknowledgement of the Navy's current limits. Free warships are anything but free. The first major expense is reactivation and refitting, overhauling engines, navigation, and communications. This work, whether done in Japan or the Philippines, costs millions per ship. Long-term sustainment is even more expensive. Fuel, maintenance, and spare parts add up quickly. A single large patrol vessel can burn through millions in fuel annually. Maintenance is constant, and Japanese-made parts must be imported, complicating logistics. The Navy would need to stockpile spares for a class of ship it's never operated before. Training is another hidden cost. Crews must learn new systems, often requiring instruction from Japan. Specialized training for engineers, technicians, and officers is expensive and time-consuming. When all these costs are added up, free ships become a multi-million-dollar commitment. The Navy calculated it could only afford to operate 3 vessels sustainably. Accepting more would have jeopardized the entire fleet's readiness. The decision was about long-term viability, not just short-term gain. Accepting only 3 ships marks a shift in Philippine naval strategy. The old focus was on quantity, more hulls, even if unreliable. Now the Navy values quality fewer, but fully operational and well-crewed ships. 3 capable Kunigami-class vessels are more valuable than 6 that can't all be deployed. This approach concentrates resources, ensuring better maintenance, training, and operational readiness. It's a foundation for future growth, not a quick fix. The Navy's recent acquisitions reflect this doctrine: modern, capable ships over sheer numbers. The Philippines is now thinking long-term, not just about immediate numbers. The decision to accept only 3 ships was also a message to the region, especially China. By turning down half the offer, the Philippines showed it isn't pursuing a reckless military buildup. This signals strategic restraint and a defensive, not provocative, modernization. Manila can point to this choice as evidence of responsible behavior in international forums. It avoids giving China a pretext to escalate, making it harder to paint the Philippines as an aggressor. The measured approach reassures neighboring countries wary of an arms race. The Philippines is committed to regional stability, not destabilization. This strengthens its standing in ASEAN and promotes collective security. The move is a subtle but important play in Southeast Asia's geopolitical chess game. It's about building credible deterrence without fueling tensions. Accepting only 3 ships actually strengthened the Philippines-Japan partnership. It showed Tokyo that Manila is a pragmatic, responsible ally. Japan wants its assistance to be effective and sustainable. By being realistic, the Philippines built trust and opened the door for deeper cooperation. Future aid can now be better tailored, perhaps more training, maintenance support, or joint exercises. The 3 ships are a symbol of growing security ties and shared interests. This partnership now includes joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and maritime coordination. The decision proved the Philippines is a reliable partner, encouraging further Japanese investment in the alliance. Rejecting 3 free warships marks a turning point for Philippine defense. The country is moving from a take-whatever-you-can-get mindset to deliberate, sustainable choices. Future acquisitions will focus on long-term viability, not just upfront cost or numbers. The Philippines is building a network of strong alliances, recognizing it can't defend its territory alone. Being a reliable partner to Japan, the US, and Australia enhances its security. The decision to accept 3 ships was about strengthening both the Navy and its alliances. It's a story of a nation matching ambition with realism, building a credible force step by step. This is the real reason the Philippines said no to 3 free warships.